Okay, so we're gonna take a shot right now, right?
Yeah, let's start with a shot.
Are you ready? This is a really cool shirt. Look at his friend just brought this over for him. He's like, I got this shirt for you. I like the color in the pocket. Look at that.
Yeah,
fucking,
for the leopardy.
yeah, look at it. So like I said, you're looking a little bit more flamboyant.
My nipples are really hard.
I feel like we vibe all the time.
Always. I like it. I like Fred Perry.
I love it because
Black market.
I'm telling you, it fits so wonderfully. Like the shoulders fit really good, and
how about like this part?
That's where
right
they
here.
used to be like $80 a shirt.
It is still $80 a shirt. They're
Oh
super
fuck, yeah,
expensive.
I remember that shit was in. I remember, yeah.
I love
All the skinheads used to wear them, all the boot boys.
Yeah. They fit men even better than they fit women, and I love the way this fits.
I like it. That's my favorite too because of the colors. I like red, white. All right, you want to take a shot? Shot time. Welcome to our podcast.
Hello, podcast people.
Oh, hello. Cheers, Bill.
Welcome to On the Fly podcast. We have Matt the Barber. Is that like the official coined?
I mean,
Matt the Barber visiting us today. Thank you so much for being on our podcast. And just in case you didn't know, we are on YouTube, Apple, Spotify. Make sure that you hit the notification button so that you can know when we download new videos. And the like button that helps us move up the algorithm. That algorithm thing they talk about.
Yep. Ooh, sorry, I'm so a shot.
What are you guys drinking? So I guess we should start off with having some drinks.
Yeah, so Aloha Tuesday. Aloha Tuesday. If anybody's joining into our YouTube channel, you'll see that Matt is very festive this morning.
Feeling very festive.
Yeah. What am I drinking? I'm sticking with that kombucha I had last week. I feel like the booch was really good.
The booch does you well.
The booch was good. It's Flying Embers. It's hard kombucha. It is pineapple chili. So check that out. Yeah. Zero sugar, zero carbs. And what is it? Something percent alcohol. I don't know. We'll figure that out later. It's gonna get me drunk. Let's just face it.
I'm going with the tried and true from the ghetto to the river. Bud Light.
Bud Light. Grew up on Bud Light. I love Bud Light. I don't care what anybody says. Bud Light's great.
It's the only domestic light beer made with real sugar and not high fructose corn syrup.
No way, really?
Mm-hmm.
I did not know
That's
that.
another selling point.
What are you drinking, Blue?
I'm drinking Absolute Lime because you know that I'm a huge fan, and a cranberry pomegranate. So like a Cosmo-ish?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, basically.
Well, I like it. I like your little mixed cocktails you've been having lately and your little swizzle sticks. Those are legit. Yeah, I need to get some. Oh, maybe we can make some like on the fly swizzle sticks. Ooh. Boom. Anybody can do that. Please hook us up. Thank you.
Yeah, exactly.
I've
been spending some extra time like trying to find little pieces to add to our bar. I'd like to get eventually like a good nice shaker. I normally typically don't love the like I want one that has like the actual bartending one.
Yeah.
And I like the ones without the plastic around it. You know, like how they have the rubber.
Yeah, you just want the plain silver ones. Yeah, we have all those at our bar. So how was opening up inside 25%?
It's been good. It's been, they announced in New York that we are going to come April 2nd, that we were going to be allowed to have indoor concerts. Have you guys done anything like that?
We have not heard anything. I have not heard anything. My bosses haven't heard anything. This week we are opening up 25% inside. So the club is going to be open. So that's going to be fun. And then, Matt, you're a bartender, Barber. So
Barber.
you have
Bareback barber. What?
you have been open, but
Yes.
not. Well, you weren't supposed to be open, but
we were closed, and then we were kind of open, and then we weren't open, and then now we're allowed to be open at, I think we're still at 25% capacity.
In the barbershop?
But I mean, every chair in there is 6 feet apart, the waiting chair, everything's taken care of. You know, the chairs are sanitized, the tools are sanitized, the waiting chairs are sanitized, so.
Yeah, so we haven't heard of
Safer than
anything.
Walmart.
We haven't heard of any concerts or anything so far. I know a lot of people are like, oh, are you guys gonna have drag bingo and stuff? But it's like, it's that whole line of like having entertainment and performers. I know a lot of places in Long Beach are having performers and stuff. I know in San Diego, Palm Springs, we were there, and so I'm not sure what's going on over here in Orange County, but
yeah, New York you're allowed to have incidental, but nothing that draws a crowd. So you can't charge, it can't be a show, but you can have things, but it's got to be free. So April 2nd, we're supposed to be able to like 33% cap concerts.
Doesn't free draw more of a crowd than charging? I mean, people like free shit.
That's what's so silly about it. We were like, okay, so you're not allowed to promote it, you're not allowed to charge for it, but you can have it. But it's kind of like how do you get people there, and how do you make money? It just like it's like a silly thing. So they're opening it up in April, but they're saying, like that we're gonna need to do like vaccines or testing, and they haven't really like dived into that, and then it's also like 12 feet the performer, and for rooms like us, we're so small that it just does, it's like great for Madison Square Garden, but it just doesn't work for like independent clubs like that small, because it's just, we don't have the room, we don't have the cap, and then you're going to make us charge food, to watch a show. Like what are the rules here? And they haven't really said anything. So the thing is that for Matt, do you feel like it's much different than what you were already doing? Because I feel like barbers, tattoo shops, things like that, they already sanitize everything right after. They already wipe.
I mean, we used to wipe the armrest and everything down, during cold and flu season anyway. And so we just keep doing the same. Now we wipe the whole chair down. Now, and we're wearing masks, gloves. I mean, it's a little extra, but it's the same shit. It's, you know what I mean? Like that's 70% what we learn in barber school and like cosmetology school and manicures, any of those service centers of ours, personal service like that, we're taught health and safety above all else. So it kind of pissed off a lot of barbers and people in that industry when the state board didn't back us up saying, hey, we know our guys know our shit because we taught it to them. You know what I mean? They've been tested, and they shut everybody down, because it's like you still had doctors and nurses and cops coming for haircuts because, like they said, you're essential. Like their haircut was part of their uniform, and and like the doctors and nurses said, they're like, we wouldn't be here if we didn't know that you take care of stuff the right way. You know what I mean? That said a lot to me right there.
Because I feel like you guys already do it. So why, like if you can be in a restaurant or dentist or things like
Walmart.
That,
yeah.
You could just be masked and get your
stuff. I was
stuff.
saying mask, gloves, every chair is 6 feet apart. So it's one of the least likely places for you to transmit anything. You know what I mean?
So
that's what we learned.
Grouped into the restaurants, like what phase were you guys at, like as far as barber?
We were early on. I think we were at the same time or like a week after, I think, something like that.
At the beginning?
Yeah, it was a week after, maybe something like that.
Yeah, I think they were closed even when the restaurant started opening up a little bit. They weren't allowed to.
That's when all the barbers and cosmetologists started lawsuits and all that shit, and were like pissed off because a lot of them weren't eligible for unemployment or any kind of pandemic insurance at first. So they were in, most people got kids. We're blessed in that sense that we didn't have any. It's like, okay, we got us and a cat, but there's a lot of mouths to feed in some people's house. And all of a sudden you just can't work and there's nothing coming in. What the fuck are you supposed to do? Especially when customers are still willing to come in. That's the thing. It's like, if both sides are agreed upon that they're okay with the risk or whatever you want to call it, and they're going to come into this thing together, it's the same agreement between the two people we have every haircut. They trust me to take my oath as a barber, to keep my cleanliness, my health and safety, all these things, and to do a good haircut. But they trust that already. And then if they keep coming during that, it's like because they already knew. You know what I mean? It's yeah.
Do you have to did it affect, did you see like a lot of people fall off, and did it really affect it, or did it really not, was the government
Oh no, there's people I still haven't seen that I've been cutting for years that I haven't seen, and it's been over a year now. There's people, I had I think 26 or 27 people over the last year leave this state because of one thing or another regarding, you know, of this. I have more people still leaving because of it, because people are fed up with Newsom. So, there's one leaving, I think in April, another one in May. So it's, they just keep going. So there's less people coming in, you're getting new people, but yeah, definitely a definite less of, flow of business, like loss of regulars and like that. Yeah, like I'm only working 3 or 4 days a week right now, where I used to work like 5, sometimes 6. Definitely you can feel the difference.
Do you see a lot of places closing down? Like we see a lot of restaurants.
Oh, there's so much stuff around us. Yeah, everywhere around you see stuff like that. Sad. Like in LA, what was the Cliff House over there? It's been there since I think the 19 teens. They're not reopening. Oh. Yeah, that's like sad shit like that. Like part of its history. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, it's sad shit. Because those old places, they didn't have investors and whatever. It was like family owned, and it's been in that family for a few generations. They had nothing to fall back on.
Even going to Palm Springs, like we were in Palm Springs this weekend, and it's like there's so many different places that are just not there anymore.
For rent, for lease, yeah.
Because they were all old school vintage places that, again, didn't have a lot of money, and it's Palm Springs. Like
they were living hand to mouth every month anyway.
Nobody was going down there. Last summer, nobody was able to go down there because guess what? Everything was closed. So all those tourists and everything that were going down there to make, to rent out the rooms, the Airbnbs and the rooms and go shopping at all those thrift and vintage places, they weren't there. So they're like slowly but surely going away. It's kind of sad.
Well, it's sad. My customer, Bradford Betts, he's a journalist, and he did an expose. I think it was California, and then another state that did things completely different, Florida. We didn't stop shit. All we did was kill the economy. That's what we stopped. You know what I mean? Like the numbers are so close. You know what I mean? It's like, it's pretty sad just to see like big businesses that take generations to build get taken down in months to a year. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's heartbreaking.
It is. And I feel like we're both in, me being in New York and you being in California, I feel like we're both very, just completely turned upside down. And I feel like the whole country is like that, but I feel like ours was just like really volatile.
Much more extreme, yeah.
When our numbers were nothing, they still kept us closed.
Well, that's what doesn't get me. What I don't understand here, it was like they closed us down December 2nd, I think it was. Don't quote me on this shit, but it was somewhere around the beginning of December, the last closure we had. And I think it was because we had 26,000 or something, or 2,600 ICU beds full across state, or in Orange County. And then they reopened us at 6,000 something. I'm like, but you know what I mean? It's like, oh, wait, like, again, like everyone's confused. It's my customer. He's a counselor, a therapist for a school district. And I tell him about all the stuff my customers tell me and how everyone's feeling. Not depression, but just this weird like disconnect and this bubble-headed feeling, just kind of like you're on antihistamines all the time. And he's like, bro, there's a term for that. It's called emotional exhaustion, and we're all going through it. And I'm like, fuck, that fits so perfect what all of us are going through. It's like, just because you don't know, like nothing makes sense. There's no definitives. There's no actual rules or laws or things that are being, you know what I mean? It's everything keeps fluid and it's changing.
So then you got all these people that are emotional distraught or whatever. Yeah. And now things are slowly but surely opening up. And you got all these servers and people in the industry that have been dying to fucking go back to work, like dying to go back to, like, give me the worst customer ever. I don't care. I want to work. Right. And all these people that have been stuck at home and not doing anything, wanting to go out. Dude, last weekend, fucking shit show at the freaking bar. Are you kidding me? It's like what? Next week is the week. Next week, right? Or 2 weeks. 2 weeks from now. Because St. Patty's Day is 2 weeks from now, right?
It's the 17th this year, but it was we shut down the 15th.
Yeah, and we shut down, I think it was the 15th or the 16th, right before St. Patty's Day.
They dropped the hammer. Boom.
So this week or next week is definitely like the week that everybody is having PTSD, and we're all tripping out. And plus, like, everybody wants to go out. It's basically the first drinking holiday of the year that is so big. And last year we got closed down. So this year, I swear I saw the shit nannikins that is going to happen in the next 2 weeks. Because once we open up the club, that's going to be crazy.
Oh, people are, it's going to be like a dam that bursts.
And then 100%. And then you got the next 2 weekends that are just going to be a shit show.
Get ready, girl.
Totally agree. I feel like people are like really gonna rage.
They are gonna rage like it's like no, like party like it's 1999.
Well,
like
no, 1920. I mean, shit. That's when people went crazy. Because it was right after a pandemic. Everybody was like, "Fuck." The Roaring '20s. There they are.
Yep.
Totally.
And I think of the 2000s.
I think like that's, and I like totally agree with you, Matt. Like I feel like I don't know who to trust. I don't know like what news. I know that our numbers are higher than when we were closed, but at the same time, I'll take it. Like I'm not talking about the vaccine and how I got my first vaccine shot. He goes this week, and then I go the first week of April, and we were talking, and because it's 95%, which is almost no chance of getting coronavirus, but I talked to my pediatrician and she was saying that you can still spread it to my children.
Yeah. So wait, which one? Wait, back up because I didn't know. I haven't talked to you in a second. So you already got your shot. Which one did you get?
Moderna.
Okay, so you got the Moderna, not because the Johnson & Johnson is the one. The Moderna is the first one that came out, and it's a 2-step one, right?
And Pfizer, yeah.
And okay.
So they were saying.
So wait, question. Sorry. What made you go with Moderna, not Pfizer, not Johnson & Johnson?
You don't have a choice.
Oh.
So, New York has been rolling them out so fast and they're getting taken up so fast that if you get an appointment, you're stoked. And it really depends on where you are. So you don't find out until you walk in the building what you're going to get. So some people walked into the same building that somebody went to yesterday and they get a Pfizer and they didn't get Moderna, but the one I got was, and then we're going to see what Nick gets.
Oh, he hasn't gotten his yet. So you're going to see what he gets next. Oh shit. Okay.
Everybody I know says the second shot's the one that kicked him in the ass. That's what
I'm hearing.
Body aches, fever, just feeling like shit for a couple of days. Yeah, that's like, yeah.
And then so it says
a week apart so that if he gets sick or I get sick, that we were like spaced.
That was smart as fuck right there. Give you that.
So this one again, it doesn't help you transmit it. It doesn't like stop you from transmitting it, but you can't get it.
There's like a 5% chance. It's like almost none that you can get it, but you can still give it, which we were talking about this and I'm like, so I was asking him, I was like, so like and they also, the CDC also really said something that if you're in a room with only vaccinated people with full vaccinations, then you don't have to wear a face covering. So I'm like, okay, so like if I can go into like, if it's 95% and then I go into a room and I take my mask off, I'm assuming that nobody has that 5%. And then how do I bring it home if nobody has it?
So question, are you guys making everybody, your essential workers, get the shot?
No, you're not allowed to because of religious beliefs and medical, like not all.
Jews don't believe in stuff being put anything. Yeah. There's certainly, you can't have surgery.
Certain people with like really bad allergies, or medical conditions, like
shouldn't take it.
Yeah.
So what is the age when like a kid actually can get the coronavirus, like the COVID? Like if you can't, they're just less
susceptible to getting sick. Their immune system so
strong. And then you got you got other kids that have health problems and stuff. So even if you are a parent that gets it, you can still give it to your kid.
So that's what I was.
So are the kids supposed to take the shots too?
They can't. You can only get it for children. I think it's 16 or 18. So we can't get them a vaccine. And then they can get it, but they're like, they brush it off. It's like a sniffles to them. Like kids are really like, it doesn't really affect them. There has been places that in New York when it was like at its height that there was kids that came in with toxic shock syndrome type like illness, but they were all positive with coronavirus. So they were thinking that that could be like a way of like how it affects the children. But I think the percentage is really low.
Mhm.
So to like go back to Matt's point, it's like that is what's so it's like I don't ever feel like I have all the information and it doesn't like make sense. And then, you know, like with like how we're opening, it doesn't make sense. Like we were told, okay, you can be 6 feet, you have to be 6 feet apart, social distance with mask on. But if you're eating, because we're forcing you to serve food, then you can take your mask off and eat. So why wouldn't you just have them put straws, you know, into their mask? Like, why are you forcing food? And then you can get closer than 6 feet if you put up these plexiglass partitions, because that stops coronavirus. Like,
it just all doesn't make sense to me.
So it's all so frustrating that I think that's what my biggest problem with everything is. Like,
why did you get the shot?
There's zero definitives. It's like, yeah.
I'm just saying, because you work in a bar. So if you're not making it like a thing that all your coworkers have to get, and if you don't have express vaccine, like a test for all the customers to come in, it kind of cancels out your shot, because you just got the shot that you can still transmit it to other people, and there's still a 5% chance of you getting it if you're at work. But yeah, so
but it lessens it.
But it lessens you getting it.
Yeah.
So I get it.
If you were to get it, your body will fight it off. Like it already. It's like, you know, you're not gonna get really sick.
Well, see, like for me, if it kept me from spreading it to like customers, like I could go hang out with my mom and dad like 79 and shit, because that shit pisses me off and bumps me out, right? But it doesn't stop that. So it's like, okay. So for me, I think I already had it before they were looking for it, because I had gnarly flu for a week, and then a cough that wouldn't go for 3, and I went through all this shit with going getting lung X-rays and all this crazy. The doctors,
remember the grapeseed oil?
Yeah, the doctors were tripping the fuck out, right? Because they couldn't figure out what was wrong with me. And then I took some steroids that my buddy gave me for asthma from Brazil. Gone in 2 weeks. And my sister, who had this shit like signed, sealed, delivered, certified in Texas, she's like, everything you went through is what I went through, and they gave me steroids to not have the cough out of my chest. You know what I mean? But I lived through it once. I figure I'm the guy. I ran like 75 miles in January. You know what I mean? Like that month. I think I'm gonna be all right. I have health. Like the lung doctor, when I got the X-rays, he's like, dude, your lungs are like, they're healthy as fuck. I wish everybody's lungs looked like this. And he showed me X-rays, and the average person's like 3/4 of the lung capacity. The rib capacity is full. And mine was like, boom. And he's like, you don't have holes. You don't have cancer. He's like, I don't know why you have this cough, but it's not nothing with your lungs. You know what I mean? So I figured I made it through it once. If it stopped me from spreading it, then I'd be okay. I'd be more up to, but I can, if I'm not worried about catching, I'm only worried about spreading it. I'm more worried about everybody else. I don't want to be with typhoid Mary or whatever, you know? But if it doesn't stop that, then, you know, for me, I don't have kids. You guys have kids. There's a reason for one of you needs to be around. You know what I mean? Whereas us, we have a cat. D and the cat would be fine. You know, like
totally you would give him water.
I hope so.
I just be like, Luce, just go ahead. Just eat them. It's fine.
You know, so like that, so but we're the same way, right? Like I'd love to be able to get it and go back to work. But
not worried, but it's like
until we figure out like, hey, this is gonna be good for me to go around all these people and then come home, I can't do it either. So it's like I wish that they would talk about it so I understood it more, because I don't understand why it
the more they talk about it, the more they contradict. That's the fucked up thing. It's like one source versus the other one. It's like, I don't even, then sometimes it's the same person contradicts their own self. And you're like, wait, you just said, I don't even know now. You know what I mean? Like, and then you can't go fact check shit. Weed, California.
Yeah, it's very interesting times right now of like what Matt, I always ask everybody this. What do you feel like the positives were of like backing up, because you really didn't get much of a break. I feel like a lot of us went
We
out
still
of
were
work.
grinding. Yeah.
Yeah, you kind of made it work. Did you get enough off time to feel like I'm going to take away this from this experience?
At first I was like, no, I didn't feel that way, but a lot of good things came from, I mean, spending a lot of extra time together. We were forced into like conflict resolution, evolving and growing and appreciating each other more, and not, you know what I mean? Like, yes, you bickered more at first, but then you work through it and you're like, well, shit, like there's a reason I'm here, you know? And it made us appreciate just what we have. We already appreciated it, but I think it gave us a little extra, like when we realized like what you guys were going through there, like or other people in inner city places, there were no, in our backyard's the beach and like a nature preserve. You know what I mean? There's trails. We were out there on bike rides and walks and hanging out by a pond, even when the beach got closed. And we're laying out by this pond that has beaches around it. And we're just like getting sun and smoking joints and enjoying it. And we thought about everybody else that's like stuck in tiny apartments stacked on top of each other as far as the eye can see up. Buildings this close together, and there's nowhere to fucking go. And they had anything that was outdoor and green, they closed down. And I was like, fuck, it made me appreciate shit like that so much more. To just the amount of space and nature and openness we have around us, you know, the availability to just get the fuck out of your house and not lose your mind. Just go play Frisbee at sunset. You know what I mean? Just something stupid like that.
I had to walk my Labrador. I had to walk my Labrador every day. Everybody needs to walk their animals.
I will eat the couch if she doesn't.
I know, I tell everybody, I always joke around and I say, I always talk shit and I always talk shit about Matt and I'm always like this guy. But like, no, it did make me appreciate life. And like I was saying earlier, like, I'm not going to go back to work and be underappreciated. I'm not going to work and put all my energy into something when I know nobody else is doing it. I'm not going to work on the days that I don't want to work on because they need me, because they can't find anybody else. That's not my fucking problem. Like, I'm now realizing like that whole year, it was like, yeah, I want to go back to work. But at the same time, I appreciate what I have because we lost a lot during that year. So I just want to make sure that I stay sane, because me losing my like sanity over just work and working my ass off, like I've always worked and worked from paycheck to paycheck, isn't all that. It really isn't. So you got to appreciate your life and stuff.
Yeah. What is it worth?
Exactly. So how about you? What did you appreciate?
Well, you know, I agree. So when me and Nick got stuck in a space, you know, I feel like it either make or break people. It made us, for sure, because I think there was no like, all right, fuck this, I'm gonna go to work, and like, you know, and like that distraction, and you're like really forced into like, this is the only person that you talk to all day, every day. There's no other place. And so I feel like it made us really stronger too. And now when we go into like run errands or something and like leave, like he'll call me and I'm like, literally we've spent the entire year together and you just went to like the post office, like you can wait till you get back and talk to me. But it's also like, you know, like we just, you know, like it made us, I think we were stuck in the house. So we like split responsibilities a lot more as like far as like our family. And we both did the same thing. Like we were like, when this is over, like, let's figure out how we can not have to leave the house for like 6 days a week. And then really enjoy it, because I think we typically really enjoy each other, and we enjoy our kids, and like, and then that sounds like cliche, but it's like, we're not kind of like looking to escape each other that much. But you still want like a little bit of like separation time, but like at the same time, it like forced us to not have that. And then we kind of got better because of it. So, that I think was huge for us too. And I also think that like, it's the same thing, D, like I just don't want to grind. And like, I don't want to grind to buy a bunch of shit that's going to sit in my house that is going to be auctioned off if that day ever comes. You know, it's like, I just feel like experiences and beach days, and like there's so many different things that are worth, if you're gonna do it, enjoy it, instead of buying things like, sit on the shelf behind me,
Yep.
Oh, as you can see, like this shelf behind me, like if you were watching us on YouTube, but you can also hear our voices on Spotify and Apple. So yes. Yeah, no, we've had a few friends that, I mean, they're not even together anymore.
Oh yeah, Fred married, 4 kids.
Like 20 years down the road.
He used to be gone on business all the time, and all of a sudden he wasn't. The relationship could they did well that way for many years. Like I said, 4 kids worth, and then all of a sudden it was like
now it's like she didn't want him home. He couldn't leave the house, and now they're not together.
Yeah, you
it's
couldn't
like
even go play golf.
20 years, and like COVID made you guys divorce. Like that's so sad. That's just so sad. 4 kids, 20 years. That's a lot. That's a lot of time. That's a lot of effort. That's a lot of energy, Like, fuck. That girl better look good with that after those 4 girls, kids.
But it's, you also use like your job as like kind of an escape to reality as well. And, I think we were all really forced to look at our weaknesses with this.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. Definitely. I mean, I love this guy, but
Very
don't
much
get me
so.
wrong. He talks a lot. And I know I talk a lot.
But like she said, she's like, babe, I love you. But I went from seeing 100 people a night to just you. And I'm like, I get it. Like,
yeah, I'm like,
get
I can't. I need other people. Give me a podcast. Give me the podcast. I will talk to individual people. I mean, I would talk to invisible people.
I feel like a lot of people have felt that way after we finished the podcast, and they're like, like, if you ever want to do this again, we're like, I think people are craving this
outlet.
Yeah.
And then, so you were talking about shows and everything, right? I do know that some of the drag queens and some shows are happening, but they're all outside and everybody is masked, even the drag queens and stuff.
That makes it way too easy.
Which is funny because they lip sync.
Yeah, that's hard.
Yeah, so it's all, I mean, they're actors, you know what I mean? So it doesn't even matter if you can't see their mouth. Like they're dolled the fuck up and they're getting down and doing death drops and all that shit, right? So I've seen some places that have had some entertainment. And yeah, there's money. They usually have like a little net and it's like on a pole. And so it's like a 6 feet pole, you know what I mean? Drag queens, they gotta make it all legit. Like I would wear a big old bump it. Is it a bump it?
Yeah.
Would it be a bump it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Can we all just wear bumpets, like big old 6 feet bumpets, like around us? Just keep it. I mean, it would be fun too,
Yeah.
I think it would be fun.
I feel like they are gonna make it work.
So, my coworker just left. I'm sorry. We're gonna make this fun because I think we were a little too serious at the beginning.
We're catching up. It's serious times.
I know.
I just had to urinate profusely. So.
This guy was so scared. I'm just saying, guys, come on now. All of you guys always ask to be on the podcast when we're live and everything. You guys are always like, so hit us up, let us know. Because then I had to have this guy on.
We are happy. I'm happy.
You guys did.
And this guy, I don't know what it is. You say podcast and people get scared.
What it is people don't want to make an ass out of themselves in front of like 12 people.
Like, I don't care. I don't care. I'm not gonna see anybody.
Anybody that knows who knows this, babe. Anybody that knows.
I also think that it's hard to see yourself.
Like when you ask me if I go back and I watch our video, I don't watch them. I will listen to them. Sometimes I don't even like listening to them. But I have to get over that. I just don't want to like lose my authenticity.
No, you can't. This is what is good, right? D is like, my insecurity is that I'm way too mellow. Your insecurity is that you're way too loud. If we lose how we are, do we even mesh? Like, isn't that like what makes us a yin yang?
Yeah, you know what?
It's called balance.
Yes, I feel like that's our balance. I feel like that's what we bring to the table. Like,
Yeah, I just
So don't do anything different.
I'm not doing anything different.
No.
I'm not doing anything different. And this is me. This is all. This is what you get. Okay.
Oh, don't we know?
This knows. Okay, so let's make this fun. Do you have any questions for Matt? Because he's pretty funny, he's pretty witty.
I am not.
And I like how
neither
quick
of
his
these
tongue
things.
is. Well,
That's different.
More ways
That's
than one.
nothing
But
to do. I can't. Hold on. I'll bring it back.
Right now on camera? Okay, fine.
hey, that's OnlyFans, okay?
The Royals,
Subscribe,
the Royal
guys.
Pirates
Yeah,
are clean.
subscribe. Hit that notification button.
So maybe a couple questions. What was that first question you were to ask him?
When and where were you when you got your first boner?
Man, there were so many. There's been so many.
The first.
It's been a lifelong of awesome boners. I'm just saying. It's probably like 9 or 10. Yeah, and I woke up with morning wood. I was like, this is pretty cool.
That was it?
Start flicking it, you know?
Oh, start flicking it?
Smacking around, whacking robots. You don't know what to do with that little guy. It's like a little extra pinky.
You do the,
It's like an
little,
extra
like,
pinky?
push down and let it push down.
Well, that age is like so small, you know? You're like, I mean, it hasn't got much bigger. She knows. But the good thing is that she has a Barbie-sized vagina and I have a Ken-sized penis, so it works out well.
That's my favorite, actually.
It ain't big, but it sure is small. You know what they say? You're not gonna like this, but don't worry. I told her it's not gonna last very long.
So why did you feel embarrassed or like uncomfortable to get on the podcast? Like, what makes you
Because
guys
of
feel?
people asking questions like this on the pod. That's exactly
Yeah.
right. You see what I'm saying, Blue? This one over here, always with the fucking
Okay,
capital.
well, I have more.
word.
I have more. I could keep going all day long. So
Okay,
Matt,
go. I'm
No.
so
so Matt, so tell us when you met Dee, how you guys met, and what was your first impression?
Wait. I didn't know there was gonna be questions about like.
Well, the first time I met her, she came over dropping off Starbucks, and I was like,
Who?
that's to everybody at the barber shop. She came by, she met this other asshole that used to work there. And then that asshole, they were like just friends. And she would come hang around and she would bring us like, she would call and be like, hey, what do you guys want? I'm getting off work. And bring us a bunch of Starbucks. And I was like, what's up, Starbucks chick? She hates that, by the way. And so I kept using it. And then for the next like year and a half, 2 years, we were friends. And we just hang out whenever we would hang out. And we would talk and shit. And I would call her Starbucks chick, and make fun of her super tiny little nose and wonder how it held her sunglasses up and shit. And
She's dead.
and then
She's dead.
Yeah.
She's dead. Like she's like.
I literally thought I was gonna spit that out.
And I always thought she was rad.
Funny.
I always thought she was rad, but like, she'd be seeing somebody, I'd be seeing somebody, whatever. And then all of a sudden, neither of us seeing anybody. And then, for some odd reason, we were both hanging out in a restroom together. I don't know why. And, my drunk ass tried to put the moves on her, and she was like, your pupils are 2 different sizes. You don't know what you want. And I can still see what I want. It's right here. And it's been, 9+ years. So, yeah.
That's actually
listen,
what you guys said?
Yeah.
Well, first of all, we were only seeing each other for like a year. It was
When?
like a year.
Year and a half.
Like a year and.
Oh, as friends, we weren't Caesar as friends.
Well, we were just friends, yeah.
Like
But it was like quick.
You knew
remember?
each other like for a year.
Yes. Well, because I was,
hung out.
I was doing my thing. And he was doing his thing.
Apparently, I was
And we were just partying,
I was doing
But
my
we were
thing,
doing
and
our
I met this
thing. So then we came together, and then I was like, what's up? And then he was like, hey.
We put,
and then I was
we
like,
put an Audi and an Innie, and things just worked out really well.
and then I was like, no. And he was like, yes. And then I went out after we were partying with the homies, and I said, hey, are you guys done with this guy? Because I'm going to take him home.
And
And then they were like, yeah, we're done. And then we went.
get it.
So then it was like Christmas, and we went to the holiday party that they had, and we went together, but like not together. So then my girlfriend, Julie, her baby daddy is the guy that we both know, and that's how we know.
Making circles smaller and smaller.
So yes. So that's how everything happened. So she was there with him, and she was like, And I was like,
we're not dating. We're just putting any.
A plug in a socket.
yeah, a plug in a socket. Yeah. So
Tab A,
that,
slot B.
I mean, it's always been straight up with us. So I think that's the best part of our relationship. It's always been straight up. So even with the whole COVID thing.
Oh, this one's awesome. She told me, don't go falling in love. This is like a weekend or whatever. It's like, you got the wrong guy. And then like 2.5 weeks later, I get this drunken text. She's like down in San Diego at her friend's birthday or some shit, bachelor party. I don't know, but bachelorette. And then I get this text and it's like, I think I love you. I'm drunk. Ask me in the morning. So then I was like, that's cute. And then I was like, I'm gonna let it fly. I'll let it slide. We won't call her out on this shit. And then I get, she read her own text because you guys do that apparently. I never look back. I'm like, I don't care what I said. Girls are like, oh my God. And then and she's like, so my text yeah. And then I was like, well, I'm still talking to you, aren't I?
That's awesome. So okay, so you guys officially started dating, and then it was like, I love you 2 weeks later, and then how long until you guys moved into with each other?
Like 3 months. Not even 3 months.
And then where was the tattoo?
Where that was.
Oh, that just came up in my memory on
that was this
Facebook.
guy right here.
Yep.
It was like, that was like literally, what was it? Music. It was music.
That was like, what, a month in? 2 months in? Before he moved in.
I think it was like a month in.
Yeah.
And everybody was like, you should get his name tattooed on you. You guys are gonna break up. I'm like, fuck you guys. Fuck everybody. I don't care. And then we moved in 3 months later. But it happened to do with like my roommate moved out. She sucked.
It was circumstantial. We'll just put it that way.
And then his roommate, was older, had to get a new. So then we both needed a roommate. So I was like, hey, we're not kids.
I was reluctant at first. I will not deny this.
We're not kids.
I don't want to fuck this up.
You gotta like either get the fuck out of here or
it's gonna
move
work
in. What's up? What's up? You gotta.
No, exactly. I am fully agree. Like I am like a lesbian. Like that's what lesbians do. They like move in right away, and then they like bunker down.
It's
like,
called nesting. Like, you guys love nesting.
Yeah, I feel like you're gonna find out way faster if you just like.
Well, it's gonna make or break. It's like 2 weeks, 2 months, 2 years. Either way, you can either cohabitate or you cannot.
You know how many people I know during COVID that ended up being in relationships with people for the first time, and during COVID, guess what? They're all pregnant now. They're all having kids.
Just because it's a pandemic doesn't mean you don't pull out.
I mean, obviously, a lot of relationships started before COVID, and with like spending so much time together, going back to work.
And you're drinking more, and you're not doing shit, and so it's like you're
going back to work and having to deal with this stuff again, and losing time away from each other is not going to break you. It's going to make you guys want each other more. So now that you have a kid, and you guys are going back to work or school or whatever the fuck you guys are doing, it's just gonna crave that like time together. I feel like it's not gonna make anything worse for you. It's gonna make everything better for you, So that's a lot of positive, I feel like, with a lot of people that I've been seeing that have kids.
People got more like into like their physical, realizing that they need to take care of themselves better, and that regardless of COVID, what they're doing was killing them slowly. And you know what I mean? It scared a lot of people. And like, well, if this could kill me, then I should probably get the shit together. It's, you know what I mean?
How are all your like bike stores and like Big Fives and Sam Goodies and like do you guys have all that stuff over there? Because did you have any? So like all our stuff is like they didn't have anything.
They're sold out.
They were sold out of everything. You go and find a bike, nothing. You go and try to find a tube for a bike, nothing. You try to find a skateboard, or nothing. Weights, there was like weights, nothing. There was nothing anywhere.
Yeah.
So you guys, how about you guys over there?
So we are, because Manhattan.
New York sold out of cigarettes.
Yeah. All of our liquor stores were like dry, which is probably true. But we don't have like the big places because it's just so tiny. A lot of it's independent. But Long Island does. And it was the same thing. Like we decided we were going to get a bike for Christmas, and it was like, you had to like order them, and it was not like you could just go out and get some. And from what I've heard, like a lot of stuff was out because people were like, doing that. Like I should be living a healthier lifestyle. I'm at home, so I'm going to create my own home gym. And then you couldn't find simple things like barbells are weights. Like,
so many of our friends have that freaking bike now. What is it?
Peloton.
Yeah, that Peloton. You know
Oh,
how many people I see on that bike on my Instagram stories? It's kind of irritating, guys, because you know in 6 months your ass is not going to be on that shit.
6 weeks, like some people. 6 days, like some of your friends. What did homegirl's husband say? I'm not naming names on purpose. I know names. She likes expensive paperweights.
Yes.
You know who you are out there. Know. And I loved it.
I'm pretty sure who I know you're talking about as well.
How about other questions? How about other questions?
How about you ask him a question that you have not asked?
I don't know where that lipstick came from or the hickey. It's just a lap dance.
It's from the vacuum cleaner.
You know.
It's from the vacuum cleaner, and your glitter is too small. So
it's called pussy dust. That's what they call it.
Let's see.
Why don't we take a shot?
Oh yeah, no. Because this guy, I've known him for 9 years, right? And I find out the randomest shit from him. I still find out new things from him. So like, remember when we were talking about like how he was like the cherry picker or some shit like that?
Almonds?
What?
Almonds?
Yeah, he did almonds. He was like, he was a beekeeper. Like
I wasn't
shit that I never even heard of. And he's like, oh yeah, I worked there for like blah, 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 blah. And this is how you do it. And I'm like, what the fuck? So, okay.
This is how you survive when you like new experiences and moving different places.
Yeah,
you need someone to do that. I can figure out how to do that.
So
and you didn't have Google back then. You had to really figure out some shit. There wasn't no YouTube. How do I?
That's true.
Yeah, just FYI, guys, he's old, so he barely just got rid of his flip phone, and he got in time, and he has an Apple phone.
An iPhone 10. Look out, people.
And that's like still 3 years behind.
I'm still paying the motherfucker off. Eat a dick. If they didn't charge that much, I think my phone costs more than my car. Are you fucking kidding me? This is ridiculous.
It is ridiculous.
Phones cost $50 and you can throw it away if you didn't like it.
Those are burners, babe. Calm down.
They still have those? Why the fuck do I have a smartphone? I'm still what?
Remember the Boost mobiles and you could just like put money on your phone?
Oh, that was the word. Hurry the fuck up. No, you cannot. No, I do not. I will not hold. Like that happened to me on a calling card from Costa Rica because the bank locked my shit up. So I'm in Costa Rica. I have zero cash. And I'm on the phone with Bank of America because they fucking suck. And I'm like, because I told them before I left the country, don't fuck with my shit.
Don't fuck with my shit.
So what do? They fuck with my shit. And so there I am in Costa Rica with zero money. I got like maybe a handful of colones. That's like change. And I'm like, sir, can you please hold? No, I can't fucking hold. My fucking phone card is literally running out as we're fucking sitting here arguing about whether or not I can hold. And you dickheads locked my account. No, like I can't buy another calling card to call you back. Do not put. Then they put me on hold, and then the calling card ran out. And then I went home and I changed my account.
So all you like millennials out there that don't know what a calling card is and don't know what Boost Mobile was, it was like the walkie-talkies of phones.
Yeah.
You could walkie-talkie each other, and then
you'd be texting a chick like using like one letters for words because it went by. Remember, it went by like how many characters you used for text.
Yeah.
So you'd be literally like. You, and you just downsized everything into the worst fucking.
And you can put money in a card. So if you didn't have a plan, because nowadays we have unlimited plans.
Before it went by minutes, and minutes were expensive.
And then you had rollovers, kids.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So you have it way better nowadays than we ever had.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we had it really like good back in the day.
Yeah, it's all off of like a payphone mentality of like you have 10 cents and that gets you this many minutes.
Yeah.
You know.
You'd be on there, the chick was just about to give you her address and then
okay.
Worst thing to happen to a 16-year-old ever.
This reminds me. Oh, I was supposed to ask you a question.
Yeah.
I'm trying to like
get creative.
What is your favorite job that you ever did ever did? Because you have a lot of fucking jobs.
The caring feeding of a wild and slightly tame nibbler.
Wait, what?
Say that again.
I said the care and feeding of a slightly tamed wild nibbler. She is a nibbler. You ever seen a little one-eyed critter from Futurama? Her little pet, this nibble with a little diaper. He's a nibbler.
You ever watch Futurama?
He bites everything.
She likes
to
little
bite
nibbler.
She's the nibbler.
That's what he calls me.
She bites me all the time.
I'm sorry, guys.
But honestly, yes, that probably is my favorite pastime. But as far as job barbering, I've been doing it for like 20 fucking years. Like I've had some cool jobs. It was whatever. I've scraped boats. I got to scuba dive. You're literally doing manual labor underwater, scraping boats.
Underwater?
Barnacles, scraping barnacles off of boats underwater. Yeah.
What'd you do at the Ammons farm?
I worked the elevator, which is a huge machine. It's like a big ass treadmill that goes from a fucking like, what do they call it? It's like a dumpster basically where they come dump the almonds. Hopper, there it is.
Wait, why are they called Ammons? Why did you say Ammons?
I don't know why the fuck, but as soon as you get to Central California, and anybody out there, don't get offended, but as soon as you get up there, not everyone, but a large majority of the population started talking like Hicks. It's like all of a sudden you left the state. They're rolling out y'all and Oakdale, California. Shout out. Fucking rodeo capital of California, at least maybe the world. I don't fucking know, but you're from Tehachapi, you know this shit. They have rodeos there too.
T2? What? No, T2.
The craziest thing is I meet random people and I'm like, they're from Tehachapi, and I'm like, oh, Jenkins, my friend Blue, Jen Gonzalez. Yeah, they're like, da da da. And I'm like, what the fuck?
So tiny.
Tiny ass city or town, whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah.
Township, and then tiny ass of the world. I don't know what you guys call what you guys are. They have like badges and shit. Like we got a sheriff over here, one taxi in the whole town. I've heard stories. Yeah.
One taxi, one traffic signal, one.
I heard a kid in town one time went out, got drunk when he turned 21, and accidentally slept with his sister. That's how small of a town it is.
Dude, I love going to T-Town. Like, we stuck out like a sore fucking thumb. We had so much.
Honey, but everywhere but Main Street, Huntington, you stick out like a sore thumb. I love you, but yeah.
It was like the group. It was like each one of us, I think I blend in the most, but like each one of us kind of stuck out. But like all of us together was like,
oh, that's a shit.
No, you try to blend in. You try to blend in with your normal hair.
Now I have normal hair. Didn't I have blue hair at the time?
You're you. Oh no, and you didn't have normal hair. That's why your name is Blue. Yeah, you had some color hair.
I had one.
We're about to call you Storm. I'm out of here.
Yeah.
Yes. Or Rogue. Either one. Yes, badass.
So my favorite part of like a lot of that was when we rolled into town and we were like it was like late or whatever, and then we got to the front desk and it was like somebody that I went to like junior high with. It was just it was like very like nostalgia.
That's what I'm saying. I run into people and they're like, oh, I know, went to high school with her, or my older sister went to high school.
I mean, because I worked with a coworker, she knew you. So obviously it's such a small town that like everybody knows each other. And that was like the greatest experience. Like, please, whenever you come back, let me know so we can meet up and we'll just go up there.
We'll go up.
And it goes with I'm saying we, because like,
we're going to go up there and pretend to be sister and brother, but engaged. It's going to be righteous.
I've been watching Schitt's Creek, and I don't know if you've watched it.
No, but everybody keeps saying we should watch it.
It's fucking funny. And anyway, there's a billboard of a guy right behind the girl, like bent over, and that's like, oh, that's his sister. And they're like, like trying to explain it. It's really fun. The show's really funny.
Well, you know what they said? We broke up, but they said she said we could still be cousins.
Okay, I have another question. So so I'm assuming that you've traveled a lot, right?
A little bit. Yeah.
Okay. So do you have like a story about like being somewhere else, like traveling, like whether it be out of the country or out of the state? And is there any like sketchy ass shit that you've been involved with when you were there, and what was it?
I mean, I tried to buy blow in Costa Rica, and the guy told me, wait right here. And it was kind of like the corner of a building in a shadow. And I was standing there like this. And he took off, ran over to a van, and there were some words exchanged, and the hand came out, and blam! Dude blew his face off. And I was like shrinking into the shadows, like, I'm not here. You didn't see me. And thankfully he didn't. And then the worst part was I went to work the next day because he worked with me. And everybody's like, where's this motherfucker? He didn't show up for his shift. And I was like,
he's dead.
Because yep. that one was a little sketch. But
Costa Rica is fucking fucked up, huh?
I've gotten all of our scuba gear taken in Mexico.
That's the first time I've ever heard. I've known him for 9 years. I've never heard that story. I'm telling you, I find out the randomest stuff from this guy.
Is that the only person you've seen die? I've never seen a person die.
Unfortunately, no, but I did grow up in a little more hoodish environment.
He's from East LA,
yeah.
so
yeah, the first
so white boy
person,
from East LA.
person,
he's like Miklo.
Yeah, yeah. There's been a few.
That's
unfortunately, but yeah.
Unfortunately, of course.
Yes.
I feel like that's the crazy. And okay, so what did you go to Costa Rica for?
The first time on vacation, and then I loved it so much I moved there for like 2 years.
Oh, you did move there?
Yeah.
And what?
Yeah, it's still a place that I intend to end up one day. For whatever reason, one way or the other, it's where I'd like to end up one day. It's pretty rad.
I don't know if it's the same now, but I hear that you can buy a really nice land.
Used to be, things have gone up, but you still compared to here, it's way cheaper.
Well, because we've known a couple of people that have actually moved and bought land there. Well, it might be gentrifying over there too, because a lot of people are starting to move.
There was a huge boom like 20 years ago, and there was a shit ton of American, Canadian, even European money coming in. They were building all these little towns in the middle of the jungle, like what's the word I'm looking for? Like townhouses, like little bungalows, and like really cool little places. But it was all built around like this whole little, like building a city basically. You had a market, and more than half of them went bankrupt after the bubble burst. When I remember when the economy took a shit, all these people pulled out, and then there was all this half-built shit in the jungle that the jungle started retaking. It was kind of a trip on the road. You know what I mean? You go there hiking and stuff, and you just come out and you'd be going through like places that you normally see. If you were going to buy someplace, they'd be showing you pre-construction or halfway through, but you're out there just fucking around. You know what I mean? Cruising around. Monkeys flipping through them, and it was pretty trippy. Yeah,
dude, Costa Rica would be so sick to go to. But I know a couple of people, like my ex, like boss. They just bought a house over there. Like a couple of my customers bought. So I feel like the actual like beach people, like the surfers and stuff. They all went to Costa Rica. All the other people that own businesses and stuff, they all went to Texas. Texas, or like all
Idaho,
over the
Utah.
place.
Yep.
But for them, and then everybody else, they kind of moved in because, like I said in previous podcasts, is like I see Iowa, Alaska, Mississippi, Missouri, like all these people. Yeah, Washington,
Minneapolis.
a ton of. And I'm like, what the fuck are you guys doing over here? But this is their place. Like they.
This has always been a destination dream.
Yeah, it's definitely crazy.
It's so beautiful, right? As people go, there's constantly this influx of people to replace.
But even looking at Texas, like all the friends that moved to Texas and seeing like what they're doing and like how they're jogging around the city or like experiencing their places for the first time, and there's a shit ton of people, and all the people don't look like they're Texans. So where are they from?
If you're looking at Austin, Texan is a loose term because now it's like. It's like here, there's people from everywhere in Austin, a lot of Californians, a lot of area, all that. But then if you go to a big place like Houston and Dallas, there's the term Texan is very, you think of a cowboy and shit, but no, there's ghettos, there's gangs, there's fucking like UGK, they're from fucking Texas.
So my dad's from El Paso, my Mexican father, the one that raised me since I was 2,
That's more traditional.
He's Tex-Mex. His family's from Mexico, but they were raised in Texas, Tex-Mex. So it's all like cowboy hats. Like that's what I was raised, Mexicans, but Texas cowboys, you know what I mean? The cumbia, they lived right down the street from Selena Lake, you know what I mean? Back in the day. So that's what I grew up with. So to see like how everybody is over there, when I watch everybody's stories and stuff, I'm like, dude, like that's completely different. And it's obviously gentrified over there. So you got to think about it. It was probably all cheap over there. I told him like 4 years ago, I go, we got to move inland. We got to move inland. We got to go in. We got to go in. And sure enough, Texas, guess what? It's going to be expensive as fuck to live there. Anywhere else is going to be expensive. And then California itself, we're going to go, how much is your minimum wage?
10 for tipped employees and 15 for everybody else.
Okay, we're going to like cut that from the scene. Because in California, New York, really? Are you kidding me? California, our minimum wage is 13 right now, 15 in LA. It's going to be 15 altogether by next year, if not this year, because I think they're trying to pass it where, and if you get the vaccine, guess what? Places are actually giving you more money because you have the vaccine. Are you guys getting that?
Not yet.
Okay.
I'm
So like there's a
sure.
bunch of grocery stores and stuff that if you get the vaccine, it's called like the Heroes Act or something like that. And they pay you more. They pay you up to $4 more.
Holy shit.
If you have the vaccine, which doesn't even make sense because like you said, it doesn't make you stop from transmitting it to anybody. So
Yeah,
that's
so
the
if you
weird
still
thing.
have, if you still have grandma in your house, but you really want the vaccine because you want to make $4 more, but you got grandma, like that sucks.
I got a coworker that doesn't want to come back to work until he has the vaccine or everybody has a vaccine. And I go, well, you're shit out of luck because I ain't getting the vaccine. I'm sorry. I'm fucking weird like that. I don't like that shit. I've never taken a birth control pill. I have, but it fucking makes me crazy. So if a birth control pill makes me crazy and I'm allergic to a lot of shit, I ain't taking this shit.
That's like a very valid point of like whether your body can handle, like if you have a lot of like, if you're sensitive to having allergies and you know, it's like you can't be forced. And that's kind of where we're at too, is like you can't force everybody to have it for like whatever reason, even if that reason is just, I don't want to. Like you still have to kind of respect the people that like are,
we still live in America.
There's like a chip in it that tracks you or something.
100%.
Yeah, like you still have to kind of respect that. If they don't want to, they don't want to. Like doesn't mean.
I 100% think you have a chip in your body right now. But it's okay. I'm not your body.
We're gonna find you like an iPhone when we lose you. Don't worry.
But at least I can find you if I lose you. Yes, exactly. If I lose
drop
you,
your location. You already know.
Okay, so I have to ask you this because I was just telling Nick this, and I think of a lot of crazy things like spicy is not as spicy the next day. Okay, so like, do you feel like, because you use DuckDuckGo, right?
Yes.
Do you feel like it hears you less?
Fucking A.
I don't feel like it hears you less. Like, I don't know. Because, okay, I don't give a fuck what it is. I get it. DuckDuckGo is there so they don't like.
They don't keep track of your history. That's all it doesn't do. It doesn't keep track of everything you looked at.
Okay, but that doesn't say that it doesn't keep track of what they're listening to or all the other shit that we just found out about.
DuckDuckGo doesn't have all those verbal fucking shit like fucking Alexis and fucking all these other things. It doesn't have that.
But it doesn't matter because DuckDuckGo is still on your phone, so that means it still tracks all your stuff, like your location, all your photos, all your contacts, all your blah blah blah.
You'd have to look into the terms and conditions of it.
Exactly. So when you're looking at the terms and conditions, just like when you're looking at terms and conditions in your Instagram, don't burp and burp. That fucking stink like so bad because we just had El Pastor.
No, that was solid.
That was sauce. Whatever. I don't care. It stank. And guess what, guys? If you're not watching this shit on YouTube, you're fucking missing out. And fuck you.
I'm saying they're supposed to be picking my nose.
Right downwind.
My nostril, my right nostril, burnt so hard right now.
I last curl more.
This hair curled a little bit more. Like, did you know?
It was spicy.
You know when you light it on fire, how it goes.
We're not gonna talk about Dee's butthole, but my butthole tomorrow, the hair is gonna shrink up around it. I'm just saying. It's not a podcast, so we talk about a butthole.
100%. You've been listening. No.
This is why you guys are soulmates. Like for that reason alone.
Come on. Hey, butthole talk. Let's talk about it. I like it. We just lost 17 followers, and that's all of ours. Negative.
Yeah, we somehow went to -1.
Most of our friends are into butthole play. Why aren't they following us?
That's true. Who are we kidding?
Yeah, what the hell, man? Oh, yeah.
Just saying. Where the hell is everybody?
What was I talking about this weekend? Was I talking about butts this weekend?
When are you not?
Of course.
Just saying.
I'm always talking about butts.
You have a nice one. I have a great one.
I have a hot question for you. Do you have a memory, and we can take a shot while you're thinking about this. Do you have a memory when because I feel like there's a level of comfort that comes along with being
when we first farted around each other.
She farted on my chin while I was eating her out the first time. So.
Oh my God! Calm down.
There's nothing fucking,
That is not.
Nothing sacred after that.
That's
it's like whatever that one ripped.
Oh my God! I can't. Like the way I'm saying it, like I'm being defensive about it because it's so like just wrong.
I know it's not true, but I had to do it to you. Look at you turning pink. Yeah, I made Blue blush. It wasn't even about her.
I can't right now.
Where I was going with it.
You kidnapped me, sunburned me, and made me come on this fucking podcast. So here we are.
I did. I was like, babe, we're going to Palm Springs. He's like, huh? I go, we're going to Palm Springs. All the girls want to go. Girls, I mean boys, my coworkers at the gay club. And I'm like,
my bitches.
I'm like, my bitches want to go to Palm Springs. We got to go. It's going to be the last Sunday that we're all going to be off together. You know what I mean? Because like we're managers, so we can't take a Sunday off together. It's not going to happen.
Not gonna happen.
It's just not going to happen. So I was like, okay, well, it's who's off tomorrow? We're off tomorrow. And the other manager works 3 other jobs, So I was like, he's not really a manager, but like he's our homie. And he's like, I don't know. He's an essential worker.
He's an essential cog in the machine that is.
So I was like, let's do. Oh, nobody's working. We're going to Palm Springs. Okay, are we really doing this? Yes, we're doing this. So we go down there. And what was I saying about that?
That's how I got sunburned and kidnapped.
Oh yeah, and that's how I got.
Or it's on a podcast.
Yes. So I'm like, babe, we're going to Palm Springs. Done. And you're driving. So I had a driver get down there. It was like 80 something degrees down there.
Oh, it's delightful.
It was beautiful. It was hot. It wasn't by the beach over here where it's like
gray.
60 and gray.
It's
supposed to rain tomorrow. We're over that shit. You know what I mean? I was like, let's get the fuck out of Dodge and go to Palm Springs. It's 80 something degrees. We're gonna sit by the pool. We're gonna drink a lot of drinks.
Oh, fuck you.
Yeah. No. Don't worry. Our trip is coming up soon. We already have that.
We're coming.
Yes.
So coming at you.
Yeah. So it was really fun. It was really fun to go down there. But ready. I did kidnap. I did kidnap him. I did. Yes, he did get a sunburn. He is.
You can check your thumbprint on my stomach right now.
100% red.
You're warm.
It's not that bad.
Yeah, he is done. Like done. Like you stay. Like you know how like you check your meat and stuff. When you're cooking a steak, you like check your palm right with your finger to check and see. No, like yeah, he was done.
To perfection.
Stick a fucking fork
I'm lucky as a fucking marshmallow by natural. Like my natural resting color is marshmallow, but I'm Irish as fuck. But I can bronze. I will turn pink, but then that shit will brown out.
So it was really cool. Like we went down to Palm Springs. We had a great time. We spent a lot of fucking money down there. But like, everybody was really chill. The service people were there. Like the restaurant was chill. Like they gave us like extra fat ass shots. Like they just, I know they appreciated it.
People actually coming out and making their job essential. Yeah.
And we weren't those assholes that, how some servers are like, I'm a server. I know what's up. And
I'm gonna put this much money in the middle of the table.
But yet you're telling me how to make your fucking drink. Shut the fuck up. We're not at your fucking bar. Like, you know what I mean? We were like, do this, here's our done,
Do you know how you shut the fuck up at home? You do the same thing here.
Yeah.
Did you stay in a hotel or did you rent a house?
So we stayed in a hotel.
The Segura.
Where's your shot? Is that your drink?
It is a shot. It's vodka and cranberry and tamarind.
I talked
about D, you get drunk. I'm just gonna drink.
She's the fact checker.
Yeah.
She keeps it back. She like brings it back to like normal. I go off topic. I kind of like challenge her in a way. I like go off topic and then she brings it back to the original topic.
Oh, that's somebody needs that.
Which is
it's kind of like us in the conversation.
which is,
like, remember why you were mad at me?
do you
See?
do you remember a specific time in the beginning where you were so embarrassed in front of Matt?
Okay, so.
When I found out who she dated in the past, yeah, she was pretty.
Oh
embarrassed.
yeah, the only thing. Yeah, I know.
I love you.
Well, no, because I told you that I was dating him, and he told you.
No, but I didn't know it first, and then I found out. I was like, oh, that's the one.
Oh, because I said who I was dating, and he actually dated a couple of girls from second floor.
Big night. See, you leave too many breadcrumbs. You just leave a map.
Oh, yeah, fuck. If he's listening to this podcast, good luck, dude. Like, good fucking luck.
So this motherfucker has the fucking way to come to me and tell me, be careful with that one. Like, motherfucker, just because you weren't good enough to make the fucking goddamn checklist in the roster, you should have been careful.
So
I'm just
was
fine,
like,
because guess who's still here? Nine
years.
plus years.
So I was talking to this guy for a year. That's the whole year that we were talking. But like, I was talking to him, talking to like a bunch of other dudes, and then
she was
the one
talking
that
to him like connectlessly, and then I was talking to her like.
Basically, the guy was a loser, and he stole my glasses. He probably gave them to another bitch. He stole my weed that I left over at his house on a night that I went and I watched True Romance at his house, and he was fat and he thought it was fun and cool that people knew him at McDonald's.
That's what happens when you're fat.
Like the McDonald's drive-thru.
Some girls like it when they're giving someone head and the gut hits them in the back of the fucking head. I don't see but some girls like it.
They lift the roll up.
Yeah, but right when they nut, they let go and it just knocks you unconscious.
No, but
some girls are into that shit.
He wasn't like that fat.
Some guys are into that too. What? Wait, what?
Either way,
marshmallow gut?
It's a fucking burn on this guy, right? Anyways, so yes, so yeah, I guess this guy told this guy that like watch out for her, and I go, that guy? Are you kidding me? Like that guy fucking stole my glasses, stole my weed, and has a bad back because he's fat, and he thinks McDonald's cool.
Wait, how do you know he had a bad back, babe? How do you know he had a bad back?
Couldn't. Yeah.
He threw it out fucking.
Yeah.
Sorry. That's when you know shit might be.
Yeah. So I was just like over that. Like, and then the motherfucker has the gall to fucking ask, so what is your apartment complex name? Because I'm thinking about moving there. I go, bitch, you know how small my apartment complex is. It's like 70 apartments, right? No, I'm not seeing your ass here. I go, don't you ever fucking move into my apartment complex. I don't ever want to see your face. I go, please don't text me. You know I'm with this guy. And he goes, well, I changed my number. So I just wanted, why the fuck would I want your number? No. So I just thought it was embarrassing that this motherfucker kept texting me after he already knew that we were with each other. And he lied to him and said that he never did anything with me, like a fucking middle school kid.
So it was like,
and he already knew because we were talking like that whole time.
I don't give a fuck. We've all been somewhere before.
Like I said, I've always been honest with him. So he already knew who I was fucking. You know what I mean? Like, yeah.
And we were friends before we ever,
we were party friends. You know what I mean? So I'm like, hey, this guy's a fucking dick. Like this. And he's like, oh yeah, fuck that guy. I'm like, yeah, fuck that guy, right? Because you want to fuck me.
At the time, I wasn't even trying. I just like the company.
So yeah,
that's like the interesting thing.
Barbie size vagina.
That's
a squeaker.
The interesting thing of like the friendship migration is that a lot of stuff comes with that. Like my ex-boyfriend, it was like a migration. So there was like, you knew who kind of was different places. Where Nick
connect the dots. You know the last at least 4 dots, maybe 3.
Totally.
I kind of don't like that though. Do you like that? Do you want to know that information? I don't want to know that information. Like I don't want to know any of the bitches that he's fucked. Ew. Stop right now.
What are you talking about? You psycho, bipolar, schizophrenic. Why are you? No offense to anybody with any of those things, but she likes to hear things and smell things that aren't there. I don't know what to tell you.
I don't have COVID. I can smell you.
That was a COVID test. This is a wellness check right here. You know, the cops come and knock on your door if no one's heard from you for a week. You're like, sorry.
I think that's the greatest thing. Burping and blowing it into your space is now a COVID test.
What? Yeah, no, don't.
You are fucking healthy as fuck. Look at you go, girl. You slowed down from 6 feet away.
Fucking dick.
He's just really looking out for your safety, D.
Well, my favorite COVID test is this one. Oh, this is not a cork, sorry. nope, don't have COVID, and then do this right here.
Smell and test.
So I smelled it.
So Dee told me last podcast how you love to smell everything.
Duh.
Yeah. Oh, smell everything.
Now, wasn't it Sarah Silverman? Because she's just like me. She's an ADD fuck. That's why she's funny. And she is one cute little Jew, by the way. And now, don't get offended, Hasidics. I love you too with your little curls. Now, the hats I like too. Now she has the same ADD shit that I have, where it's like I will just be like, and just sniff any crevice of hers, and it's like it's heaven. It's like that's baby. Now, her boyfriend, being a badass motherfucker, being how he's not an ADD fuck like us, for Christmas, birthday, some shit, he took cotton balls and he put them in various places in his body. And
I thought she did that for him.
No. He did that for her.
Oh, okay, I fucked up the story then. It was a reverse.
And then he put them all in little like glasses with corks, little like old school pharmacy bottles. And he gave them her for Christmas. And it was like armpit, gooch, but well, I don't know what the fuck else you put cotton balls. Guy, you guys have way more crevices than we do.
What are you talking about? You have the same crevices we do.
You can do underboob. You can do a lot of shit we can't do.
Underboob, does it smell? Does the underboob smell?
Yes, it smells like heaven. Okay.
Does the underboob smell different than like
why do you think
your knee?
Why do you think that
the back of your knee?
Bar all of my gay friends, everyone else fucking wants to smell a tit, or you're trying to get back to where you came from. You remember that smell? It was
like a
amazing.
tit is one thing. Like a tit is one thing when you're smelling a tit, but like under the tit is a different thing. I'm pretty sure there's
a little fucking like it's like boob pit. It's got a little something to it.
I don't know. I don't have big enough.
Even
boobs.
if you can't smell it, it's pheromone. No, girl, you're never gonna make butter with those things.
I won't ever make butter. Who doesn't even know what to say?
See, this is the best part of the podcast when we start to get tipsy and like banter just goes back and forth.
I'm just saying, no butter, but they make you cream. Okay.
I don't have the under boob sweat, so I don't know what that smells like.
Those little champagne cups, perfect. All right.
But yeah, Sarah Silverman. Okay, so she was the one who got it from her boyfriend.
Mm-hmm.
Like he put all the cotton balls.
Wasn't it Maxim when she did the cover in the roller skates and the monkey head?
Yeah, she's fucking hot. I'm just
saying,
she's super hot.
She's kind of out there.
She's a sexy little Jewess. I don't agree. Yeah, exactly. She might have slight problems, but she's a sexy little Jewess. A little she-brew.
She-brew.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, so I'm gonna get in a lot of trouble for that. You're probably gonna have to edit that out.
Again, everybody, if you want to listen to us, we're on Spotify, we're on Apple, we're on YouTube. We're not politically incorrect.
We're just real.
Lose all your inhibitions. Fucking come kiki with us.
Throw that shit out the window of like,
yeah, because we're not PC
or throw it out the window and see if it sticks. Either way.
She's gonna make you uncomfortable. This is probably not the place for you.
Yeah,
actually, the best things in the world are the things that make you uncomfortable. So I've been with her for 9.5 years.
Okay, so I'm gonna flip that. I'm gonna flip that question. And Matt, has there ever been anything where you're like, "Oh my god, I'm so embarrassed"?
The first time my mom ever busted out these pictures of me, and I was like infantile, like I'm in the bathtub, and what my mom likes to call it, I'm playing with poop boats because I shit myself, and I'm in the bathtub, and she likes to bust those out, and like check out little Batty Boy when he was playing with poop boats.
Mom,
and that was when you're like 15, 16, you finally bring home a chick because you're like, all right, I've been playing stick figure with this one. She wants to be my mom. Okay, cool. So then you bring her home, and then your mom's like, look at Maddie, and you're like, yep, that's me playing with shit. Did you know that I'm a caprophiliac?
Caprophiliac. Is that what it's called? A caprophiliac?
When you like poo-poo? Yes, poop play. Yes.
I
you like to eat it and play with it.
Oh
no. One of my mom's friends, she was a nurse and she worked in an old folks home. And this is one of the stories, like I was probably maybe like 10 when I overheard this story from like the other room. It's like you're going to bed and there's adults out there smoking weed and shit, and you can hear the vinyl going around. So you hear and you hear the music playing, and they're smoking weed, and you can smell that. That was some of my best memories of the kid falling asleep. The smell of weed and like vinyl scratching it was going around. You wouldn't hear the music, you just hear like every once in a while, and just passing after that. And my parents' laughter and shit in the backyard.
Because again, he's old.
Summer times. And then so she's telling this story, and there was this one patient, and she was eating, she was drinking, and oh shit, just for like weeks. And what the fuck? They're doing like X grams, sonograms, I don't know, X-rays, whatever on her. Trying to this, where the fuck is it going? She's not pooping. What the fuck? And then, but the room always kind of smells like this like shit in the room. And then one day the nurse goes over and opens the blinds, right? And it's been a couple weeks. And she was this chick, all these little figurines on the windowsill. Like perfectly like bomb ass, like this chick was an artist. She was a sculptor before she lost her mind. And so she's been making tiny little figurines out of poop for fucking weeks.
She was fucking on poop. That was your embarrassing time?
Oh, no, that was just a story about poop that I thought was, it remind, babe, how long have you been dating?
And I stayed on that shit.
Babe, how does my mind work? It's like a pinball machine. Pink, 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 pink. Like we went here from boop, boop to here, and here we are now. Hello, welcome to Podcast World on the fly. Subscribe now. Thank you very much.
Yay!
Yay!
I
So
did it.
that's so funny. I feel like I want to be that mom, and I don't know. Like I'm already like set to be that mom that's just like look at Johnny, like when he was playing with poop boats.
Have you ever seen Running with Scissors or read the book?
Mm-mm.
Okay, I suggest reading the book and watching the movie because it's one of the few movies.
Who's it?
Hold on. Yeah, so it's one of the few movies. I don't even know the guy's name. He was the dad in the movie. The psychiatrist was actually the guy from Red, the Russian. Remember, she shot me, but she didn't kill me.
Oh,
If you haven't seen Red, I love that movie. But Red too. Okay, I don't know his name, but I love him. He's an actor. Okay, so
I don't know.
you sidetracked me. See what
I've
happened,
never
babe?
seen Red.
Well, that's an entirely different thing now. See, I was trying to tell you about Running with Scissors.
Running with Scissors. I don't even
Okay.
know what that is.
Now, this is a true story about this guy. And he wrote a book about it, and then they made a movie about it. And it's one of the few movies where they stick to like the actuality of it. Like it's really well done, and like you're like, okay, fuck, that's the actual story that dude wrote. And this kid's mom is like, she's out there, and dad's out there, and I think they might be both college professors, like university professors or something like that. I can't remember. They're both educated, but they're fucking out there, like most people that are smart. And so she ends up going to see, like, they divorce, and there's all this shit from that. And she's seeing a psychiatrist, and she signs over, like, gives her kid to the psychiatrist. And the psychiatrist lives in this mansion, and fucking, but it's like, it's a shithole because everybody in the family is insane. Like, they're just, the guy's more crazy than the people he's treating. So in the morning, he wakes the whole family up, and he tells them to come outside. Come here to the bathroom. He pulls them all in. And he's been saving his poops out in the backyard and drying them in the sun as they come out of the toilet, like, you know, in form. And this one, it's like pointing out of the water like this. And he's like, it's a sign. Things are looking up. It's a great movie.
This is called Red?
No, it's called Running with Scissors.
Oh, Running with Scissors.
The psychiatrist plays him right. He plays the Russian.
Oh, okay, got you. I'm gonna have to watch it because I never watched it.
I have it.
Okay,
babe, I have the
speaking
book.
of
I have it on
movies,
the.
did anybody watch Coming to America
the
2?
The book's over there, and so is the movie.
I just watched Coming to America in prep.
You have to watch that first.
You do.
You have to, because the second one refers everything to
There's
the first
so
one.
much shit that flashes back to that. There's even a part of that movie that flashes back to a different Eddie Murphy movie from the 80s called Trading Places with Dan Aykroyd. And okay, now remember the law firm or the whatever the fuck it was firm that does the whole switcheroo on them, the experiment. When you watch the second one, you'll see it pop up.
So I think this is really cool because you know how like the 90s are back, but Eddie Murphy's been since like the 70s, you know what I mean? And then he had like the whole like red jumpsuit, and he was on his comedian like and I was like all like, you know, the Michael Jackson like thing. So like I think it's gonna be so cool because right when you watch Coming to America 2, it drops down and it shows all of his movies.
Really?
And like, if you notice, he didn't laugh like how he used to laugh back in the day. Did you notice that?
No.
He tried to stop the laugh. And even when you watch the outtakes and stuff, oh my God, you're gonna watch it. You're gonna die. Because
okay, so we're gonna
when I watch the outtakes, when you watch the outtakes for number one, didn't he do that fucking?
No,
we watched it last night.
So you watched one, right? The first one. Okay, you have to watch the second one. But in the first one, he does the fucking laugh. The laugh is him.
But the laugh is more fucking Beverly Hills Cop than it is fucking the Prince
But
of
he's
Zamunda.
always, that's like what he's known for is that fucking
But
laugh.
not as the Prince of Zamunda or the King of Zamunda.
So I
By the way,
but I feel like
the casting for that movie.
In the first one, you just watched it. Doesn't he do the laugh?
Yes.
Exactly, because that is his character.
Maybe he can't do it anymore. Maybe he's.
I know.
Like
I think he's like Pauly Shore, who doesn't want to do the whole weasel thing, or Vanilla Ice, who does not want to be associated
what
with.
What are you talking about? No, that's not true.
Mark.
He makes everything into ninja this, ninja that on that construction show. Ninja this, ninja that.
But I
Bullshit,
think it's
he doesn't
because
wanna
of
do. That's the
construction
only-
show, like he needs
No,
to
that's
like.
the only thing he's remembered for. He holds on to that by his fingernails.
So I don't know, because
I'm
I
just
watched
saying.
him in like that one reality show back in the day when they had all the like the guys in like the like it's like MTV.
Celebrity Rehab.
Yeah, there you go. It was like, and he hated it. Hated it, right?
Yeah, but now no one remembers him for shit but that. So he's like, that's me.
That's me. That's me. Yeah. So
Do you guys
Watch
still
me ninja drink
call
this.
Mark Wahlberg Marky Mark? Because that's the only way I refer.
Marky Mark is Marky
he's
Mark is
known
Marky
for-
Mark.
He was sniped. He's been so much more than that.
No, he's Marky Mark.
no.
Marky Mark.
He's
He's
amazing.
Calvin Klein, Marky
But
Mark.
he's also an amazing actor. That's been some
He's like,
bitches.
let me in the house. He's that guy. Let me in the house.
Four
that
fucking
guy.
brothers. Four brothers. Come on now. Four brothers.
Please do that.
With Tyrese. I don't even know the other two.
Let me in the house. He is that guy.
That's
He's a
how I
scary
know I wanna get
motherfucker,
laid.
but he's also the sexy.
Oh, when you
Sexy
mean when they did the
B-boy.
remake? You mean when they did the remake of that movie? And he
What
did a really
movie?
good job.
What remake? A
Was that a
fear?
remake?
The original one had Robert De Niro in it. Thank you very much. It's from
Oh,
the 70s.
it did. It did.
Okay.
It did.
Yeah, I'm an old motherfucker.
He's
but
old.
I'm not saying he didn't do a good job, but check De Niro out. He'll make your fucking asshole clench up. Just saying.
No, but I feel like no matter what, like in that movie Ted, it's Marky Mark. In the movie Ted,
Yes, Ted
Which
is
was amazing.
And Ted was like amazing.
The teddy bear carried the whole fucking movie.
It's Seth, right? Seth
Yes.
MacFarlane, right? Okay, first of all,
Him and his big ass teeth. He's like,
Seth MacFarlane.
I made Family Guy, and guess what? I
Seth
also made
MacFarlane,
Millions.
amazing.
Yeah,
I
he's
love
funny
him.
as fuck.
No,
And-
but he's so good. He's a
he's good.
music guy. He's
He
a
looks like he might. He
producer.
looks like he might be related to Elon Musk, though. It's like they're
He
distant
does.
cousins or some shit. It's kind of
What,
weird.
really?
Oh my god, he
Look
kinda
at him.
does
Look
like
at him.
you. Oh my
Do
god.
a side by each. Like,
They're
see
both
right here.
smart as
See how they
fuck.
don't look the same? Look at them and see how they look the same.
I have to look.
No, yeah, you're gonna Google that shit. Everybody's gonna Google it right now. All 12 of you
All
guys
12
are
people.
gonna.
Oh yeah, she kind of does.
Yes, Seth MacFarlane and Elon Musk. Put them together.
I'm gonna give you a Maui right now. You're welcome.
I love Maui. I
He's
want Vinny to love Maui and Mohana, and he's just.
Oh, it's so good, dude.
I
That
love it.
movie,
I love
that
it.
movie made me tear
Oh,
up.
he doesn't like it? I
Neither.
don't know why he doesn't like it.
Coco or Moana.
Because it's not the goddamn
No,
Sesame
you know
Street.
why? I bet
It's
you.
not Sesame Street.
No,
I know
I
that
know
boy's
why.
heart lies.
I know why.
I seen him over there watching Sesame Street in England and shit.
I know why. It's not colorful enough. Because guess what? The color.
There's a
the
lot of color in there.
No, it's different. If you look at the color grid for Moana and you look at the color grid for Sesame or any of the other stuff, it's going to be completely different.
deep.
You know, like on Instagram, how they have like the color grid? Like they'll take a scene and they'll do a color grid and it's like gray or whatever. I bet you, watch. If you take a color scene from Moana and with him, and
She
you
has
take a
COVID.
color,
She didn't even smell
and
that.
you take a color scene from like Sesame Street or whatever, the colors are brighter for that area. You know what I mean?
Probably.
Versus,
Probably.
yeah, because that's more like natural, like nature. Whereas Sesame Street is like
Natural nature.
vibrant and like all that stuff. And get your finger out of my ass crack right now.
It's natural. It's nature.
Wait, okay, so can you guys for Halloween this year be Moana and Maui?
So we really wanted to be Harley Quinn and Joker.
Well, no, she was gonna be Joker. and
but
was gonna
I want to
Harley
be
Quinn and
Joker and he's gonna be Harley Quinn.
Drag. And drag. Yeah.
And we're gonna drag club.
Yeah.
Like club in a bar.
And I
Like,
have no
that's what
problem.
we're
And
gonna do.
this ass and legs look great in mini skirts, so don't you fucking forget it.
so first of all, it's not gonna be like that.
What? I'm out.
My
I'm
mini
out.
skirts don't fit
I'm
him.
done. I'm
I have
done.
mini skirts
Nope.
and they don't fit him.
I'm done.
And then we were gonna do. Okay, do you know? Sorry, did you hear that?
Smells good, too.
Did you? Okay, so the got to be free.
Are you talking about
Yes.
motherfucking?
Yeah, Queen. That's
Yeah.
that
Oh
video.
yeah.
How he has a
break
pink,
free.
and then the leather skirt,
With the
and the
mustache,
knee
yeah.
highs, and the
I always
mustache, and
wanted
he
to-
has a bob, and
Well,
he's like vacuum.
Vacuuming.
That's another, because you know me.
I've been wanting to do that for years though, because all the old guys, they paddle out down at Blackie's on like Halloween morning or whatever Saturday falls closest to that, and they paddle out in costume for the kids and shit, and it's funny as shit. And I always wanted to paddle out on my longboard and then get up with the vacuum and be longboarding. But
So we gotta get like a kid vacuum cleaner if that's gonna ever happen, which is not gonna happen. So we're gonna. I've always wanted to like, you know, do that or Harley Quinn and Joker, because I think that would be really cool.
that's gonna happen.
But
because
I
she
want
can't be the
him.
vacuum.
I want him in like tights and like a girdle type, like
I was gonna wear a mini
bustier
shirt
type
with my
thing,
nuts hanging out
with like
silly
a
putty.
Joker hat and like a big old fucking like mallet,
Yeah.
like
I
a
was
big
gonna-
old.
I was gonna swing my big nuts around like a mallet.
Just
teabag the shit out of her.
skirt.
Like, come here, Mr. J. Come here, Mr. J. Pat.
Okay, wait. So are you gonna be the Joker from Suicide Squad?
No,
Or the comic book?
like Joker from the comic book. This one.
Wait, no, me.
Yeah, you.
Yeah.
But I know I would be like a girl Joker, so I would probably get one of my
No,
drag
she's
queens to like.
No, you'd
do-
have to be drag. You'd have to be a guy Joker.
You
And I
have
have
to
to be
be
a
guy
girl
drag.
Harley Quinn. Don't fuck this up.
No, but I
It was
will.
way more fun.
But I will. Like,
Now you're killing it.
no, you gotta
Yeah.
understand my vision.
Yeah, you're no. You're
You saw my fat
be-
bastard.
yeah.
And you saw my fucking village person.
That's why you have to go in drag.
No,
That's
but
why
You
you
did
have to
amazing.
be a
That's
man
exactly
Joker.
why. That's exactly
no,
why she
but
needs
like
to be a dude.
he's gonna be
When she
like,
stuffs it, it's like
he's gonna be
He's
like
hanging.
girl Joker with, but that's like
You
a
saw
guy
that shit.
aesthetic, and I'm gonna be.
well, yeah, you can't tuck this thing. Look, these nuts are so big. What are you gonna put them? They're gonna see them. It's gonna be like huge labia. No
Hey,
matter how
here's
tight the costume is.
Here's the thing: you'd be really surprised what a lot of duct tape, Spanx.
Oh
I'm
yeah.
allergic to duct tape though. See, so my nuts are gonna be out here, and you don't have to worry about the little pink peppercorn. You can hide them
I
easily.
think. Listen. Okay. Either way, if you tuck it and
Did
tape,
I not take this shot?
or
Apparently
you
not.
let it go,
Apparently I did.
or if you let it go.
Did you
like-
take your shot?
I don't remember.
Oh,
Solange.
Ross. What do they say in
This
Spanish?
might be the drunkest
Goal.
I've been on any of
That's
our
the
podcasts.
exact-
No, you said that on episode 10.
No, last one. No, the 11 with Gio. I was in the other room, and every once in a while I'd hear some shit. That had to be.
Gio yelled at me last episode though. He was like, "Stop fucking talking. If I could get a word in." I just
Well,
remember that. I'm like,
that's-
"Stop fucking with me, Gio." I got
Like,
angry
fine.
with
I'm
it.
gonna mute
Because I
myself.
always get angry with it.
I'm gonna mute
That shit
myself.
was hilarious.
Okay, cheers.
Okay,
You know
cheers.
what I think my problem is? I'm taking much bigger shots. This is much bigger, but I think I'm taking.
Take half shots. Take half shots because I started taking half shots.
Did you? That's a full shot right there. Now you're bullshitting people. Are gonna be able to tell by like 5 minutes from now.
I'm
She knows.
bullshitter when a bullshitter sitting right next to you, D.
I'm just saying.
Wait, are you telling me that I've been taking full shots?
No,
Wait,
I
watch
can't.
this.
I've been
This right
saying
here.
that I take like a quarter shot, and I've been taking
No,
half
outside.
shots.
What, like that?
No, outside. Boom.
Hold on, you gotta see it.
He's gonna go smoke a cigarette, so we're by ourselves right now.
Okay, let's dish.
I'd be right here with the window open, but she won't let me do
You're
it.
not smoking in my fucking house. fool.
1980 smoking section. She's not.
No,
I am.
You're not
See?
VIP. I'm VIP. So if I wanted to smoke a cigarette, I can smoke it in my house.
This is a-
You cannot smoke it in
This
my
is
house.
a very important penis right here. It's very VIP.
Okay, so this is
Dip your under boob real quick.
he did on camera, just in case you guys did not see it on YouTube. But you
Yeah,
can
just
follow
in
us on
case you,
Spotify and
subscribe.
Apple.
Yeah, subscribe to our Spotify or Apple. You should watch our YouTube and then hit our notification button and like button.
He's like, you guys talk too long. I don't want to be on there. And I'm like, we talked for like an hour and 30 minutes, an hour and 45 minutes. He goes, that's too long. You go, no, it's not too long. It's actually like legit. Like we've probably been on here for.
It's like foreplay. If it lasts longer than 30 to 40 seconds, it's way too long.
First of all, how did he
It
even
is
hear us?
About an hour and a half.
See, 100%, babe. You don't even know. Like you just been like doing your shit, and like an hour and a half has been by.
It just
I've
goes.
been playing all my buddies on Call of Duty Mobile, all you COD Mobile fans out there, my guys are dying right now because I'm not there to pick up the tag and bring it back to life.
So all you Call of Duty motherfuckers, first of all you guys better be following us. Yeah, you better fucking blast that shit. Can you blast it? Can you like send them like a blast to like Call of Duty and it's like
just did.
Ad? Oh, did you?
You didn't hear? Kiki, call.
I can't. Okay, actually, it was a good idea to have him on tonight. Oh, okay.
This is like my point that I was saying earlier. I feel like people are really nervous to come on, but when they're on, it's really fun, and it's like that human interaction that we're all really craving.
No, it's fun because there's shots, and I just put a cigarette in the cat box. So here we are.
Monster. See, Matt, you're supposed to be the one that keeps Monster alive.
Oh, he's supposed to keep me alive? Was that what you were going to say? No, I keep this motherfucker alive, okay? Okay? I'm the fucking woman. I'm the neck. I turn the head, okay? I keep him sane. Like,
nobody eats. That's why I'm always like, nobody eats.
Yeah, nobody eats. Nobody eats unless I cook.
Yeah, exactly.
No way, motherfucking hangers.
Okay, so while he is peeing, probably, you have to think of a question to ask him.
Can you hear it?
No, I can't. But
it's a very strong stream.
Very little penis, very large stream.
Yeah, little penis, big stream.
So far from the toilet, it's like gravity.
Wait, what did you say? All right.
What did I say? I'm not sure.
I mean, if people are tuning in to YouTube, they're gonna see all of that.
This is exactly why it's the best to watch podcasts, because it's very visual, and I like visual stuff.
So whenever I watch JR,
the Joe to the Rogan.
So whenever I watch JR, I watch the actual podcast. Because he has so many things that he's like referencing towards, like he's like,
plus
look at the UFOs,
awesome.
Look at the UFOs, look at this, look at that. Like, here's this guy, and he's like shooting a boar or whatever. So like, I do, but we don't have any of that stuff, old Jamie. So
what's funny is last time we were listening to, which one did we listen to? We listened to Me and You.
Is old Jamie there?
Yes.
Oh, hi, old Jamie.
Oh no, he's not really here. So, so every time we,
that's all like.
I mean, he will be when this is on TV.
The kids are running the AV right now.
Yeah. So, we always put insert here, like insert that here, and so we always watch it, and he'll always be like, and I'm like, see, we do it for you so that you can insert stuff. So I feel like it's a running joke now of like, we have to tell old Jamie to like do something in particular.
Yeah, insert mermaid logo right here.
Insert. I think.
Wait, am I a mermaid? I feel awesome right now. I feel more like a
Can
leopard.
you put bubbles? Can you put bubbles around?
Do leopards eat mermaids? Because I could eat this one right now.
That is true.
Blue like 2 minutes later.
She's all the way across the country. There's a delay. Leave her alone.
Did we do our last shot? Did we do one?
I mean, apparently not, because I mean, you don't remember it. I don't remember it. So
wait, I have an empty shot glass.
I have an empty shot glass. I think that
makes 3 empty shot glasses across America. 3 too many.
Do we have anything else to ask Matt? Do you have anything else to tell us?
I want to tell you.
Okay, well, I'm going to tell you everything because he's old and he doesn't know shit.
This is very true. I'm sorry, but
Matt the Barber on Instagram is his thing. But if you go to Booksy,
Barber Matt
it's Barber Matt the.
Because someone that's been cutting hair for 2 weeks had Barber Matt the Barber first, so it's not my fault.
So Barber Matt,
over 20 years in the business versus 2. I'm just saying.
You done?
Maybe not.
Okay.
You asked me that when we were in bed too, but I never know.
Can't with this guy.
It's So what's the Instagram handle?
It's Barber Matt the on Instagram. Do not DM him.
Oh yeah,
I'm telling you, he's motherfucking old.
I go on Instagram like once a week to find out what my friends' kids are doing.
He's old. He doesn't even like repost my shit.
I gotta check Subway Creatures, you know, because
And
thank you, all, Jamie, for that one.
To get an appointment, and then
Nature is Metal.
Booksy. Oh yeah, Nature's Metal. Surf's Up. This is my favorite sites.
So go on his Booksy. Go to booksy.com. Search Matt the Barber. You can get on that because he will.
Don't forget Knocked on TV. God damn it! Just saying, John Dudley.
No.
Yes,
no, because they will literally go on that stuff.
I hope so, and I hope they repost you guys because John Dudley's the shit. He's one of the guys that taught old JR how to fucking bow shoot with old fucking CH.
Oh.
Yeah.
So yes.
Cameron Haynes.
Yes. So if you know this podcast and what we're talking about,
Cameron
you know
Haynes
what's
is
up.
a man. He's 50 years old and he still fucking runs like 100-mile races. He's over 50 now.
Is this the one that like
Beast.
takes a picture of his like watch or like his sweat? Or whatever?
No, that's Jocko. And Jocko's a former Navy SEAL. And every day he wakes up at 4:30 in the morning, takes a picture of his watch, and then however long later after his workout, huge puddle of sweat on the floor every fucking day.
Dude, legit.
Yeah.
Done. If you want some motivation,
Him and David Goggins and Cameron Haynes will give you motivation of like another level to be like,
hey, guess what?
Jake
Dupree, who was also named drag queen of the fucking year,
also
has amazing fucking workouts, and Matt is obsessed with him because he's fucking bomb, and his body is like ridiculous.
He can pick this up with his ass, okay? If you put like 40 pounds on it, just like it's amazing.
Yeah, no, he's really good.
His workouts is shit.
Yeah, he's a burlesque performer, and he like is the best burlesque. Like he makes the girls look like fucking shit.
9 times out of 10, yes.
Send me that.
He's the only guy.
I'm not saying that. I'm sorry. You don't look like shit, but I'm just saying Jake Dupree is on another level.
No, we're at a show, at a burlesque show for BVT. Let's leave it there. And he's like underneath her is like headliner, right? And you've never seen a room full of straight fucking like rockabilly dudes cheer so hard for a fucking dude. Like he's fucking amazing. He's just a shit. Like you know what I mean?
He's so good. Like
yeah.
I'm obsessed with him, and he's actually performed at our club.
Yeah.
And I love him so much. And I'm scared to ask him to be on our podcast. Like I'm like it's like that like star like, and I've seen him. I've been following him forever. Matt knows about his workouts. He's all over Pop Sugar. He's all over everything, but he's just like the guy, the boylesque guy. And he's
at the top of the game.
It's been like so controversial with him because he like does like lingerie and all that stuff, and it's like lingerie is for women.
Well, how the fuck else are you gonna do burlesque?
It's not for guys, but like
it's
where
like,
is there lingerie for dudes?
It's
right?
like my boy Patrick.
So like Playful Promise will like send him shit. Our girls will send him stuff so he can like but it's so good.
But it's like
our world is changing.
Baby, it's like
Patrick, yeah.
Our boy Patrick, he was linebacker in high school, fucking college. Like he's a jock motherfucker. He's a butch motherfucker. But
he wears the tallest heels.
These little fucking leopard print high heel boots. So I call he's Trixie when he wears them. It's his Trixie boots.
Oh, I call him Trixie.
But like he says, he's all male fashion boring. He's all girls can wear guy shit, girl shit. And he's like, and some guys can wear both. And I'm like, you know what? I respect that. And I fucking
the world is changing.
I can't disagree with it.
And guess what?
If you can wear it and be confident in it, and it makes you feel fucking.
He came in with his sister last weekend, and they both had like animal print shoes on. And I go, oh, I guess he knows where his style comes from. She goes, 100%. You know what I mean? She goes, actually, I learned it from him because she's the youngest sister. So she's out of 6 of them, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it was like really cool because it's like there's so much different. It's different. Like everything's different nowadays.
Tahui, this one's for you.
Who?
Tahui.
Oh, Tahui?
Mm-hmm.
You mean Trixie?
Yep, Trixie.
Oh, okay.
Yes. You know, I think that's the really cool thing is that people can be very like. And I think we grew up with that. I think like our generation really
we grew up with Bowie and shit, like, you know.
Yeah. Like just being like, you know, comfortable, like how far can you push it And
well, punk rock's
does it
always been that.
matter-
It started out with bondage shit. You know what I mean? It's where it all came from. Like all the shit that we love came from fucking Malcolm McLaren's fucking bondage shop in the UK.
Yeah.
Everything that everyone considers like punk now, that's where it came from.
Yeah. And I feel like it's like now it's crossing over to all kinds of, and I think it's great. It's absolutely great. Yeah.
I concur.
Well, thank you.
There's a shot here. It's like
How
empty.
was
Oh wait, what? Is there a shot?
How was the podcast?
You know what?
Still going,
Okay,
I'm
yeah.
just saying.
So like your first time being on the podcast
I'm
and
not
you
gonna
like
lie.
farting
I was
around
a
the
little
house
nervous.
and
I
having
was like-
anxiety and fucking talking
I
your
told
shit.
her I'm a wallflower. I don't belong in front of crowds.
I go, guess what? You are always on. And the fucking one time that we're gonna be on, you want to be a WB frog? Like, are you kidding me? And for all you young motherfuckers out there that don't know who the WB
Hello,
frog
my baby.
is,
Hello, my darling. Hello, my ragtime doll.
well, Jamie, can you insert that?
Oh, Jamie, insert the WB frog.
100%. But yeah. So I was like, he's like, I'm
Next
no.
time, old Jamie needs to be on here, and we're gonna talk about lazy boys and ownership of housing, and we're
gonna cut that.
Yeah, he's like, we'll never have him on. We might have him on, but it's gonna be very.
well. Look, he and I will wear luchador masks. Luchador masks will be fucking awesome.
We'll cut that
Don't
out.
worry, Nacho Libre. They won't even know who he is. It'll be like the with sick protection, fucking videos when they're on fucking America's Most Wanted.
It's all dark.
With the voice
you can
change
have a
and
voice.
shit. Yeah, it'll be awesome.
By the way, America's like Most Wanted, they just came back on, and it's not with the dude.
Oh,
It's
never
not with the
mind.
original dude.
Never
it's
mind.
with the chick.
I want none of it. I want none of
No,
it.
but
No.
what happened with the guy? Like, let's
I
know
want
what
none of
happened to the guy, because the guy was like the best.
You don't want to know my opinion on
What
happened.
was his
I'm
name?
not even gonna bring it up. Not doing it. Not doing it.
Okay, we're taking another shot before we get off. Happy.
So Matt, was it that
fucking
bad?
alo-
I guess is my question. Was it that bad? The
You know what?
podcast.
No, it was like the first time I had sex. It was like, you know what? I did horrible, but I feel like it was more pleasant than I expected it to be.
This is my boyfriend, guys.
On that
I
note,
was 13. What?
cheers.
Cheers.
So remember, podcast people, subscribe here on the fly.
Yes.
Hear more of this, but less of me. It'll be okay.
Hit our like button. All of you Call of Duty
I hear her like button all the time. Anytime.
What's your
Podcast.
Call of Duty name?
friends.
My Call
make
of Duty name is Dick Touche.
Okay, can you have all of your Call of Duty friends hit this like button because it'll make this
I will
our
try.
most popular.
Proud Papa, you're out there. Fucking who's out there? The butt burglar.
Oh, he's calling them out right now.
What else is there? Truffle butter, pickle tickler. All of you motherfuckers. Medic D, Freebird, Texas. Subscribe, bitches.
Oh my God, did you hear all the names of his
Oh,
Call
yeah.
of Duty people? That was fucking hilarious. What's your name?
Dick Touche.
Dick Touch, but Dick Touche.
There's an E at the end that makes it classy.
That's
But
how I thought
But
with the comma in
with-
DeVille.
with modern day bullshit, if you try to search my name on COD mobile, it will come up as a whatever the fuck they call that. What is it? It's
I
a
don't know what you're talking about.
well, because my name's Dick, so it comes up like
Richard?
flash, and it won't let you find me. So everybody has to hit me up and give me their name for me to fucking follow them as a friend. It's kind of fucking
Okay, so
hilarious.
basically, guys.
But I've reported people on there for names like I won't even want to say the word that.
Can you put Richard?
In killer and fucking ethnic cleanse, and I reported people for that.
Ethnic cleanse.
But my name gets fucking flagged for being inappropriate
Okay.
because it has dick in it.
Ethnic
My name is
cleanse needs to be
Richard.
fucking flagged. Like,
Well,
are you kidding me?
I flagged it myself. If you're out there, it was me, motherfucker. Come see me.
Ethnic
Costa
cleanse, you
Mesa right
motherfucker.
here.
You on your
Yeah.
COD? Yeah, change your fucking name, bitch.
And killer, Niggler killer, you can come see me
And
too,
killer?
motherfucker. Costa Mesa, California. Come find me. I got you.
Are you kidding
No.
me? Is it
I'm
like
out here
that?
waiting for you.
Okay, we don't even know about Call of Duty. This is another
Because
topic. We might be on
I
here
know.
for another hour.
There's a bunch of shit that tickles my fancy and makes me laugh, and then shit like that. I'm like, you're a piece of shit, and I'll report you. Other than that, I don't give a fuck. Do what you want.
And you know,
But
Matt.
don't be a piece of shit.
Yeah.
He's
Simple as
pretty
that.
funny.
That's really like the only rule in life is just don't be
You
a
call
piece
yourself
of
an
shit.
F killer. I'm a fucking goddamn.
He's pretty funny. So if it's like tickling his button, like cool. If it's not, and he like is offended by it,
He's like,
that's a weird thing.
my buddy, fat chick killer. He's like Punjabi as fuck, like Indian as shit, and I love them because they're the horniest people on earth. They made the Kama Sutra. No one can get offended because I'm talking history. This is real shit. Now, his name is Fat Chick Killer on there, and I love him because he likes big girls, and it's okay.
Hey, guess what? They made the Kama Sutra, and guess what? Big girls need love
They
too.
can get their feet behind their head as well.
And they do. You see that
Just
big
like-
old girl from the yoga place?
Yes, I did. That was disturbing, but impressive.
It wasn't disturbing. She just is way flexible.
I've never
than
seen someone.
I am.
Have you ever seen a turtle put their head behind their foot behind their leg? I have never. Okay, the ballerina hippos from Disney. That was amazing. This is next level. This is not shaming. This is appreciation.
I like how he's very like kind of politically correct, but not really.
What? I'm not trying to offend anybody. I'm trying to make a point. And if anybody gets offended, it's because they're missing the point.
So this is
No, but I'm not trying to offend anybody. I'm trying to make a point. And if you get offended, you're missing the point. You see what I'm saying?
You want to
It's
say
that
it
simple.
third time?
Maybe.
Okay.
You want me to? Do you want me to? I will.
I feel
Rewind.
like it.
VHS.
It's like
Rewind
when
it, play
you
it
get
again.
waxed and they rip it off, and then you're like, and then they go.
Smooth.
It's okay. It's okay. It's
Smooth.
Yeah,
okay.
they do like a pat or a rub.
You're like, no, bitch, you're fucking so
It's the
hurt.
opposite of the tattoo where it hurts like fuck and then they over wipe and then they go back again and over wipe. It's the exact opposite. It's soothing.
It's like shocking, but then you like.
I'm gonna tell Niz to slap that shit next time. Just, like there's a $40 tip in it. You just over rub, over
Oh my
wipe.
God.
What's the
Yeah,
roughest paper
Niz
towel?
on.
What's the roughest paper towel?
You don't get any tattoos. Are
One
you
drop,
kidding me?
Niz Creo. Calling you out, brother. I'm expecting some industrial strength, like fucking road stop in the middle of nowhere paper towels next time on our tattoo.
Ew.
Yeah, exactly. Road stop, gas station, the ones that are outside that you wipe in your window.
I'm
Why
just
are you
saying.
even egging him on
The
right
rest
now?
of the
What
rest
the
of the
fuck?
world, the rest of the world, Niz at one drop, Niz Creo, amazing. He only does this to her. Don't worry.
He does it to everybody.
No, he
Don't
doesn't.
go to him.
He's amazing. You see these knuckles? One time, no touch up, single needle around the outside. Just saying.
Niz did
Look at
mine.
mine.
He's
Can you
done.
tell what he did to me? Oh wait, you can't tell until I that.
No,
Love Niz.
no, I
This is
love him.
shit.
Niz is doing good. He got like a big
We have
ass.
to have
fucking...
Niz on the podcast.
Whoa! You said
I
you
know.
guys never
I
dated before.
actually hit him
You
up.
said you never dated before. He has a big ass what?
Needle.
Was it? I'm just kidding.
Needle, baby. You've been there
I-
when he's poked me. and
I've
I
seen his
fucking,
needle dick. I know.
Yeah, he's a really
Yes, I love you,
big,
buddy.
very precise.
Yeah,
Yes,
very
he
good.
hits that
He's-
spot.
he-
I've been looking for it for 9.5 years. He hits it every time.
What the fuck, bitch? I'm gonna fuck you up. Okay. Okay, guys. Where are you going? I'm gonna go see this motherfucker right now.
Too bad.
Hi. Welcome and goodbye on the fly.